Okay, y'all. So Game of Thrones season 2, episode 7. So Theon and his crew is hunting down Bran, Hodor, Rickon, and the Wildling girl. Okay, so they already got a head start or whatever. I'm trying to tell you, what was my initial thought? That girl must have put it down on Theon ass because by the time he woke up, everything was gone. Okay, she really put it down on him, but they out there searching for them. So they stop at a little village or whatever to try to get something to eat. So Theon and them tracked them there to the village or whatever the case may be, and he told the old maester to go back to Winterfell, and they burnt down the whole village. And then Theon brought back two boy bodies, and I guess that was supposed to scare the people, so the people could believe that Rickon and Brain are dead. Okay, well, Bran are dead or whatever. But I don't even know if Theon even seen the bodies before they burnt down the place. They just assumed that he was there or whatever. But supposedly they hung up burnt. So Rob is getting flirty with the fucking medicine lady. Okay, he walking with her to go and get supplies and stuff like that so they can treat all the wounded people, even the enemy wounded or whatever the case may be. So while he's out the camp or whatever, another person come in the camp and they end up getting in prison inside of the same cage as Jamie because they don't have no more prisons available or whatever, prison sentence available. So they put him in there with Jamie. Jamie choke him out and off him. And then the guard come in there, he off the guard and start running free. But they catch Jamie, okay, so he don't get far. And then now he inside of, so the guy son that he had off or whatever, he won his head, but Catherine is like, no, wait until my son get back or whatever the case may be, yada yada yada, and then let him decide what y'all gonna do. So then she goes in there and Jamie popping his shit, talking about, yeah, what about Ned bringing back that bastard son? I know you couldn't stand him, yada yada yada. So she asked for Brienne's sword. Okay, we ain't see what she gonna do with the sword yet. I know what she gonna do, but they ain't show that part yet in this episode. So I'm about to say Rhaenyra. That's Rhaenyra, like great super great grandchild or whatever. But Daenerys, okay, is trying to find out where the heck her dragons are. So they have like a council meeting with all other 13 or whatever the case may be. And one crazy yo, he talk about, oh, I took your dragons to meet with me to the house of the Undying. And then he slayed like all the 13 members. I'm like, oh my gosh. And so she trying to get her dragons back. Now, Cersei and Sansa had came on her cycle, and this girl is so fucking loony. Like, she literally thought that. Well, I can honestly say, like, when I came on my cycle, I was prepared. Like, my mother had told me all about it, right? But when she came on her cycle, like, she act like she never, like, she was like trying to cut the sheets and acting all crazy, like she can't handle kids and this, that, and third. Um, but basically, uh, the mother, Cersei, basically told her like, you coming on your cycle, you're a woman now, yada yada yada. She basically told her like, you're gonna be bearing children. The only people that you should love is your children. And she was like, well, you don't think I should love Joffrey? And the mother was like, you could try to, but Cersei already know that her son is fucking deranged and delusional, like, and crazy. She don't have no control over him, right? So her and Tyrion is having a talk or whatever the case may be, and Tyrion was like, well, you need to get a hold of your son. and this and third. And she was like, I can't control him. I tried to. He don't be listening to me. And so Tyrion was like, and she was basically saying like, basically what I memory lane talk about. He looked so much like Jamie, and this and that, and blah blah blah. So Tyrion was like, oh well, he got some of Robert in him too. And she was like, nah, like Robert is a totally different breed than what Joffrey is, or whatever the case may be. And basically, she was like, I wonder if, the way that he turned out is because of her sins, or whatever the case may be, for her and her brother fucking with each other, or whatever, and having them kids. So then Tyrion was like, well, the Targaryens been doing this for a long time. And then Cersei was like, yeah, that's what we be telling ourselves, or whatever the case may be. But she was like, that's what we be telling ourselves, me and Jamie, every time we be linking up, or whatever the case may be. Like, I'm telling you, she want to be a Targaryen so bad. Like, I feel like she do. So, back at Harrenhal, not Sansa, Arya um, is talking to Tywin, or whatever the case may be. Now, she had a chance to off Tywin, but she didn't when he was giving her dinner and he turned his back. She could have jabbed him with her knife or whatever, but she didn't do that. And she know that Tywin is after her brother, but he basically said, like, he basically told her, like, after this war, I'm going to be remembered. I'm leaving a legacy for my kids and this and the third. And he basically telling her, like, he don't lose no wars. So basically, if he going up against her brother's about to be gone. Okay? So they get to talking about Targaryen history and this and the third. And he like, how you know about all that? And she was like, oh, my father told me this. And she was like, oh, he was like, well, who was your father? And she was like, oh, my father was a welder or whatever. And he was like, well, I didn't know no welder who knew anything about history or who speak proper and stuff like that. So he know that she from like a highborn family or something of the sort, but he ain't putting two and two together pretty much. But he just like the conversation that he has with her. Now I'm trying to figure out what else went down in this episode that was like important, but that was pretty much it that I can think of that was like really important for real. Nothing else really happened. Oh, Sansa had talked to the Hound, and she was like, "Why you acting like you? Why you so evil or whatever the case may be?" And the Hound was like, "You." She was like, he was like, "You gonna like it when?" She was like, "You gonna like when I'm evil, when it comes to me being in between you and Joffrey when Joffrey trying to get you for real. You know what I'm saying? Because he a fucking menace." So yeah, that was pretty much everything that happened in this episode. All the rundown with all the players or whatever the case may be. Oh, Jon. So Jon is out in the wilderness with the freaking wildling girl. He didn't let her ass get away. She didn't let him back to her fucking camp and shit. And now he is in a heap of fucking mess, okay? Because now they about to capture him, okay? And probably use him for ransom or whatever the case may be. But, she popping her shit to him, talk about, oh, you ain't never had none before. You can't mess with no girls, yada, 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 and all that. You know what I'm saying? Trying to, like, get her way out of captivity and shit. But basically, like, cracking big jokes with him because he can't get nothing for real. Like, that shit was so funny and cute. And Jon looking all embarrassed and stuff because everything she's saying is true for her, basically. So, yeah, that's everything that was going on in this episode. Y'all go ahead and like the video.